.1150 KKNW E's way I see it no other way. Y'all know the motto. If it's out there, let's talk about it. I'm your host, E-Dawg, with my lovely co-host.
Very free.
And we can't forget the DJ Hustleman in the building.
Yes, sir.
Today, y'all already know. I just hope it don't get crazy up in here. Right now, we're going to go to some It's Only News. And then we're going to come back and we're going to get this party started the right way.
For sure.
16 years old, leading protests peacefully. Stefan Perez was hoping people could see that he was marching through the D with crowds of people backing him. Police tracking him, but no need for action. In fact, some of the cops were marching along next to him. No looting happened, no violence, people respecting him. Young Perez, who's Puerto Rican and Mexican, African-American, Nicaraguan, was tested it. Got tense with the bullhorn, he spoke, but everybody listened, was able to keep the peace, bro. The mayor said this team was a true example of everything great in the city and how he plans to fight the injustice because of the people like him. With moments like this, it's a fight that we might win.
They are finally listening.
Yeah.
So they are finally listening. I got to give it to them. This is a different time, people. People are actually governors and mayors and a lot of political people are stepping up and they are listening. So the young people do got their ears. What I think that's incredible to me is that a lot of young people are pushing the line and they want a better future, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I said last week, what's it all for and who's leading this march, this is the reason I said this, because today I was looking at the news and they are investigating a few groups now that are actually on ground with the protesters that's actually trying to start something within these organizations. They're trying to start a race war, and they have an investigation going on right now. They have arrested a few of these groups, and they said they're on the ground, and they're right alongside of you.
Right.
So that's what I meant by you have to have a plan so everybody can identify with each other and know what our purpose is and who's on the side of us. This guy throwing a rock at the window might not be part of us.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I like the thing that happened in Long Beach where the actual gang members finally stepped up and found people breaking windows and said, get out of here.
Yeah. Right.
Leave Long Beach.
Right.
You're not tearing up our city.
Right.
Get out of here. There got to be, I mean, you know, and look, I never was an Al Sharpton fan. And I watched the funeral. And that man said some good things. I don't care about all that other stuff. He said some good things, and I listened to him, and I was just like, man, Al's really speaking some truth. He had that church really on fire, and it wasn't about, you know, him. It was about actually what's going on. Now, the person that tripped me out before we get to this is, I don't know, what's up with Jesse Jackson? Like, he pop up and don't say nothing to nobody.
They don't want to hear from him, man.
I mean, Jesse Jackson.
He is quiet.
They don't want to hear from him.
He is quiet.
Jesse is just like, I think after that baby situation, I think Jesse shut up. Like, we found out
His son went to prison, right?
His son went to prison?
Something with the political, he been shutting. I'm saying, yeah.
I think I remember.
Son,
I recall.
His son is in prison, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm saying they don't. You got to go live. You really want to know why Jesse ain't speaking? Go listen to. Go watch Roland Martin.
Roland Martin.
Go listen to Roland Martin. Yeah.
Okay, and then we got to talk about this girl. What's her name? The one that wrote the things about George, saying that he shouldn't be a hero. He shouldn't be the face of this movement.
I didn't see that.
His criminal record. She pulled up a bunch of criminal things from 2007. His prison record.
First of all, why are we going 13 years back?
Yeah.
I said the same thing.
13 years back, because really, jobs don't go any further than I think 7.
7 years.
And so, by the way, people change.
Yeah.
Oh,
they do. People change, and you have to. I mean, it's different if that person didn't learn from that. And I think, again, rest in peace, Kobe. There was a lot when he passed away. There was a lot of people who were kicking back up his whole incident.
It was only
but
two people.
but the thing is that people change,
Yeah.
and the things that you that change you are usually something traumatic like that. And that's when you really do know, okay, this person is a good person because they can recognize that they took responsibility. And that's the other thing, too, in regards to this. It's I think that what's really important is that the community of color has to also take responsibility for their side and their certain things that they want to see changed.
And they've been doing it.
Yeah,
So-
they got the young kids out there. They doing it.
They doing
They
it.
had the mayor come out.
Yeah.
So,
they did.
kudos to the. I give my
Yeah,
claps
they
to
did,
the.
they did.
Them youngsters.
They
They out
did.
there doing it.
Yes.
They doing what some of the older generations that did a lot of marching and a lot of talking
They
that got to
surprised
this.
me, man.
They doing it more because it's to the point where it's like, man, we're not taking that no more.
Yeah.
That's the point where they at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're just not taking that. So either you gonna listen
Right.
or we gonna act crazy. You don't want people acting crazy, so you got to listen.
We got Sweeng on the grounds, actually,
Where's Sweeng one at?
at a rally. Is this a rally you at right now?
Yes, sir. So we're going to check it in.
What up, Swizzle?
So,
What's happening?
so what's the purpose of the rally today?
So the purpose of the rally is black people getting together in the CD, just, you know what I'm saying, giving their input on everything. And it's real peaceful down here.
Good.
And it's a great turnout. It's
So
about
sort of what
2,000
Terry
people
just
there.
said. We getting it.
Say
We get the, sort of what Terry just said, that we have to get together and get it together.
Yeah.
Oh, they heard me.
Oh, yeah, they heard me.
That's what's up.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? They listening?
Asians
Well-
out here, I see white people out here, black people, it's everybody out here.
That's it.
That's good. That's good. I heard on the news too that they, one of the issues was the use of pepper spray and rubber bullets, and Amari Salisbury was allowed
seen
to
him.
go
Shout out
not only from the front line with the protesters, but Chief Best asked him to come behind the lines and get a view from the police. Yes.
Yeah, I seen
He
that.
got
yeah.
yes.
And they used this footage on the news.
Yes.
With his name up there. at the
Yes.
top.
Yes.
They
So
actually
he
gave
was
him some
able to
sort of
see
award
both
for
sides.
What you say, Sweeng?
I said they actually gave him an award for covering the way he's been covering.
Yes,
Keeping up the
he-
front line,
He has done
getting
a
it in.
Yep, he
Good
has
job.
done a really good job. Because I think what's been good about him is that he's kept it very neutral.
Yeah.
He's not he's taken invitations from both, and like he said, it's ground level. Let me see it from a protester and rallier side, and let's see it from law enforcement side. It's just down the middle. Look, people, it goes both ways. So yes, he got that. That's awesome. But I did hear that they have decided, they have voted to stop the use of pepper spray.
They should.
Yeah,
They
they
should.
need to.
Yeah, they should. Because if they just found out if you wear contact lenses and pepper spray get in your eye, you could go blind.
Oh,
Because it probably
Right,
melts
you don't know
Yeah.
if people are
into your
allergic
pupil,
to it or
right?
what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could go blind. So, it's going to
I've
be
been
a lot of
seeing
people going blind.
some crazy footage. I don't even want to get into it because I think that if we focus too much on the negative energy, it kind of kills the good thing that's happening right now. And the good thing is, man, I've never seen the mayor or any of these type of people actually step to the line and give conversation to the people for once.
Absolutely not.
right. It's been nice. It's been really, really nice. And what's so amazing about this this time around, and granted, yes, we are in a pandemic, but it's gone international.
Oh, yeah.
It has gone
London,
China.
France, China, they all
If you,
protesting.
I mean,
Black
come
Lives Matter.
on.
I ain't gonna lie.
Black Lives Matter.
Hey, I thought Seattle was gonna be weak. Remember, I was like, but Seattle, they were on top 5.
What was the last thing I said before we canceled out that show that
Yeah,
day? I said, "Don't burn Seattle." Remember, I said that
You
before.
did.
And the next day, it went
You
down.
did.
They went
Yeah.
hard. Hey, Sweeng. So, who's some of the major players that you're around right now?
I see Note Work. I see Lakeith Ashby. He's DJing actually.
Yeah, he
the whole
DJing.
rally.
Kiki DJing today.
I see BZ 2000. I see it's everybody. It's the whole communities out here.
It's wonderful.
Okay,
They're
so
all on the roof. They're all on the AutoZone roof. They're all on Starbucks. The signs, like it's crazy.
It's going down,
this
man.
is
I didn't know nothing about that.
And the community is behind it. Last night, Raz, what is it, Raz Simone?
Yeah, Raz.
He ran a rally that was, it was packed. And
Yeah,
but I heard some things that I question. I don't want to act like it can happen yet or blow it up or whatever, but I did hear something about they're trying to put together some type of policing in their own community. Now, I know that that sounds easy, or it would have been
so
done.
difficult.
Yeah.
But I know that this is legislation
Right.
type of things.
Right.
You know, a lot of things involved. It ain't just about money,
No,
right?
no.
Now, what I do think an organization would work is an organization that's independent, like that shows up when the police is having certain calls to make sure that everything is on the up and up during the arrest. They don't interfere with the arrest,
Yeah.
but they actually document.
They got that. It's
They
IA, ain't it?
they already understand that, you know, with the DOJ that has been in existence and covering Seattle
are they
Police
called?
Department, DOJ.
Okay.
They have been doing this for 10 years. So Seattle actually my daughter and I were just talking about it. There's it's called 8 Point or something like this. Somebody came out with it, but Seattle already has a review board of citizens. It's called the Office of Accountability.
IA.
Yeah.
It's the IA.
Well, that's within the department.
Yeah.
Internal Affairs is already within.
Yeah.
But one of the groups is a watchdog group that every complaint, every single complaint that a police officer gets, it's reviewed by 5 different people.
I like that.
Okay, so they've already implemented that, and they've been doing it. And that's why it takes so long for things to, you know, news to come out or results to come out, because they are making sure that they get opinions and they get all the information, put it in front of the review board. I think it's called the OAP or something like that. And they review, and now mind you, there's 14,000 complaints
Yeah.
that they're going to all have to review. They do 14,000 from this last week that they will be reviewing.
Hey, how about the when the mayor came on, the mayor of Tacoma,
Oh, that one's
talking about that new with the guy who got killed, the black man,
Yeah.
by the police. You know, they hid that from us. If this George
never knew
Floyd,
about it.
nobody
a
never
couple of
did.
months ago.
Then she was crying because she's probably gonna lose her job. Now the footage came out of somebody had the footage from inside the car. They didn't know they had footage. They just showed it last night.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Well, I
they-
hope-
they did him dirty.
She has asked for their the police officers to be fired.
They should be.
She's called for an independent investigation for I think it's the Pierce
they must
County
have hid it
sheriffs
from
are
her.
going to do it. What it sounds like is that they did.
Yeah.
They didn't, you know. And then another incident that I'm not sure what the status is on it is in Federal Way.
Oh yeah.
The paraplegic who was shot 84 times.
What was
in
that?
I meant in Federal Way.
In
I
Federal
remember that.
Way a couple
Oh,
months
man.
ago.
Now they did say he had a gun.
However, he did, but it was, I believe it was, I'm not sure, but it was some kind of domestic call, I think. But he was trying to get out of the car.
Sitting in the
right,
parking lot.
right.
You seen the Bellevue one from happened the other day?
The
No,
other
no,
night?
that didn't happen.
That didn't happen?
They came out, and I'm glad that they listening to us. This is the thing that I was talking about.
Okay.
It now matters. Remember when you couldn't get somebody on the phone?
Yeah.
Well, Focus from G Street actually took the post because I shared it. I seen Raz Simone share it.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it from him and shared it. And Focus and everybody, you know, tagged the precinct or whatever.
Yeah.
And they responded. And they said, I'm sorry that everyone's, you know, thought this was recently, but this was in 2018. And this has been totally investigated by their investigators
Yeah,
and
the
everybody.
independent.
And the cop wasn't in the wrong. And he's releasing all the paperwork to the case
Yeah.
for your viewing. And he's like, you know,
Just don't look right though.
but they're talking.
Yeah.
This is the thing. It starts with that. You see, at first it was like, we don't have to give you people answers.
Right.
And they felt like, you thug, I ain't got to tell you nothing. They're actually answering to the average person
that's because
on
when
Facebook.
that's because like if somebody's break your fingers, if they squeeze your fingers and about to break them off,
Yeah.
then you gonna
You're
say
gonna
time
respond.
out. Yeah, you gonna say time out.
So
But still, and maybe this is what they needed is I mean, and that's okay. But again, in regards to that, when I think that what needs to happen as well is you're starting to get a lot more transparency
Yeah.
from law enforcement. But when they've done those investigations, and if I think what happens is we as a people don't necessarily want like the response. Maybe
Yeah.
because we're so
Yeah.
we want it to always go on our side.
I don't care about 2018. Where you at now?
Right. But the other thing too is that's what I'm talking about. We as a community, people of color, the black community, when we do wrong, we also have to admit, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, you can't let
I'm
everything
bad.
slide because
I'm
you're
bad.
mad.
You know, my
Yeah.
bad.
But he still was out of pocket. That
he
footage,
was out of pocket.
Yeah.
that
he was out of
footage
pocket.
was crazy.
Yep.
The organization Boogaloo Arrest in Nevada portray extremists using protests to incite civil war.
Wow.
So this is the people that they've been investigating. We're going to play this Drazy song because I feel like it's important for the culture and for the moment right
Missing
now.
up what he's saying.
But yeah, so we're going to listen to this Drazy song and then we're going to come back and talk some more.
There's a song on the album called The Charade, and it specifically speaks to the Oscar Grants and the Trayvon Martins and the Michael Browns. We did that because ain't nobody talking about nothing. The music that's coming out now, everybody's talking about, you know, how many drugs you sold, or how many bottles of champagne they popping at the club. And ain't nobody talking about no real issue.
Yeah. All right. Ain't nobody talking about no real ish. All these rappers like I gotta pay my bills in. The whole thing is whack, I'm not feeling it. Walking around on stage like they killing it. Yeah, ain't nobody talking about no real hitter. When I come like this, they tell me chill hitter. And half these niggas is lying, supposed to be the voice of the people. Now listen to our cries. They killing us in these streets, hear me? I said they killing us in these streets. We buy these albums like I know we about to get them on the beats. Then you let down when your favorite rapper don't say a peep. Man, I guess it's fly to call these black girls freaks. You know the cop out. I'm just writing the things that I see. Like you don't see your mama, your auntie, or your niece. I ain't for all this cooning. Gotta get my meals like I'm meat. Boy, selling dope and selling records. These boys selling you dreams. I put this thing in perspective. We line up for nights, but won't line up for no rights. They told me gay's the new black. I told them gay's the new white. And these hipsters claim they for equality. Show up to the Pride Fest, but absent at the Black Lives Rally. The post-racial society is white supremacy. Black fraternities is calling themselves Greeks. Bro, we don't even own BET. They hire a couple brown faces and call it diversity. I need a fair trial, but sure, the judge and the jury, so they label me out of a joint from Spike Lee. I tell them I can't be racist, my best friend's white. At least you know what that dish must sound like. When the last time you heard a black cop kill a kid who's white? Then the problem is white cops who don't value black life. And the stakes are so high. They put the Confederate flag screaming black pride. I couldn't join the celebration. I'd rather pass legislation against this mass incarceration. I'm just saying, yeah, ain't nobody talking about no real ish. We ain't trying to hear that gotta pay my bills ish. That excuse is whack, I'm not feeling it. Save your breath, you can spare me the bullshit. Yeah, ain't nobody talking about no real hitter. When I come like this, they tell me chill hitter. I can't watch my people die. Riots are the voice of the people. Now listen to our cries. Shawty, I don't mind if you dance on a pole. That'll make you a whore. Gonna get that money, hey. Gonna get that money, shawty. That's all that matters, right? Stop playing, man. Run the track back. I'm gonna go on right here. Let's go. Run it back. Man, Usher couldn't have been more wrong. I almost hit the roof when I heard that song. I'm thinking he ain't have to go there. He's a legend. I wish he would get back to that stuff he did on Confessions before you defend him and ask me why I'm so bothered. As a father, I picture some dudes spitting that game to my daughter on some pop that thing all night long. Get your money, girl, I pick you up and take you home. But nah, it ain't cool turning these little girls out. I seen these tickets on Groupon. I know what it's about. I ain't riding for that. Not now or not ever, yeah. I don't care if he's platinum or whatever, yeah. Yeah, ain't nobody talking about no real ish. I told my daughter she can't listen to that bull, and I know the critics will say it's just music. Middle finger high, I'm on my dad ish. Yeah, ain't nobody talking about no real hitter. When I come like this, they tell me chill hitter. I'm such a jerk, pointing out the elephant in the room and messing it up for everybody. Like, what is he doing? Why is he bringing that up? I'm thinking, how are you not? Has it occurred to you that white guilt gave us Barack? And these so-called progressives can stop. More brothers in the pen that was enslaved. This happened on your watch. I love hip-hop, but not loving hip-hop. They want us dumb, deaf, and blind. I'm reading between the lines, but yeah, ain't nobody talking about no real ish. I'm the only one calling out this bull in. The whole game on hush, they condoning this. I'm just trying not to snap on this whole ish. Yeah, ain't nobody talking about no real hitter. When I come like this, they tell me chill hitter. They call it programming because it's programming. So they
Hey, man.
Drazy.
Music that matters, music that means something, music with a message. Shouts out to Drazy. I'm your host, E-Dawg, Terry Free, and DJ Hustleman in the building. I feel like it's a greater subject today than it was yesterday because I'm seeing, a lot of people, I know there's people out there that's damaging some of these good movements.
Yeah.
And the thing is this, proudly to say, as a black man, that is not all black.
No, it's not.
Right?
It's not.
So, people take responsibilities for your own actions when you out here breaking windows and things like that. I'm just saying have a meaning.
I think that's over with, though.
Know the meaning. Have a meaning, right?
True.
Right now I feel like we're in a good place.
Yeah.
I know what it's about, what started it, but this is, having the conversation is important. People on Facebook, like somebody got mad, tagged me, and was like, this dude was talking crazy, and they were going back and forth, and it was debatable. And I said, why you call the person out their name? Let them speak what they feel. You speak what you feel. The good thing is that we can identify with the problem now. We know where they're at. We need to know who this person is. We need to know that their hatred level and where they reside,
And
what
share 'em.
community they from.
Yeah,
share them to
share
the
'em out.
people.
That's what
Don't
we're
run them
doing.
away.
Yeah.
This is the people we need to clean up.
Yeah.
Right? And we need to hear their point of view too.
We might need to have a segment where we have a list. Just give I'm
Because if somebody get hacked, little corny news like this, Kardashian family fires back at Black China. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's little news now,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
These celebrities
It
ain't
is.
taking over the people's voice no more.
Right.
So what you think about this? You don't really hear those celebrities speaking out.
No.
You hear a certain amount. You hear
You know why?
Small.
because they don't want to lose
in
their
the hip-hop
sponsorship.
in the hip hop community, we don't have those. Like Kanye and them stepping up. Kanye gave the daughter $2 million college fund for George's daughter. A lot of people stood up and said they want to pay for things and pay for that and pay
They
for
did.
this.
That's one
They
thing to
shoulda-
pay for.
They should have gave Kanye money back.
No. Listen. I don't want. Right now, we need all we can. Let's just say this though. You crazy?
They should have gave his money back.
But this is the thing. It's good right now. It's good because
Yeah.
we're talking about it. Remember, man, nobody wanted. It was one-sided.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to talk about it.
No, but it's not.
Nobody wanted to talk about Rodney King. Real talk. They did not want to talk about
But
it.
after Rodney King and the riots happened, there was talk.
But this is what I want to happen.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to happen. Yahoo, be responsible and live up to what you say on your boards when you say you can't say things like this. We need to hold these Yahoo accountable.
Yeah.
Like,
They let a lot of racists and a lot of racist
World
lingo
Star
stuff
Hip Hop
go.
is
Same
going
thing. Yeah.
overdrive.
It
with,
always been like that too.
yeah, we
World
need
Star.
to hold these sites accountable and let them know, look,
You know that Mark, Zuckerberg from Facebook, his staff, they held a virtual walkout because they did not like his response, and so then he held a virtual meeting with his staff, all his Facebook, staff, and because he did not, he censors certain things, but then when 45 starts saying stuff, they were like, especially with the quote of when the looting starts, the shooting starts.
he likes 45.
Oh, he does, and they were not happy. So yeah, there's been some uprising on that. And I think the other thing too, I like seeing that you have a lot of like I believe MTV on Blackout Tuesday. They blacked out for a while.
Oh, did you see what Nickelodeon did?
And Nickelodeon.
That blew me away.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Nickelodeon shut their
down.
station down for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and they had good words. They did it. Look, they've been doing it the whole time. Every day they've
saw
been
that,
doing
yeah.
it.
I haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
know my
lot of
son was
stations have
playing-
been doing that.
My son been playing 2K, and the other day during George Floyd's funeral, 2K stopped. It
Yes.
was black for an
2K
hour and a half.
stopped?
2K
Yeah.
online play.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. And but here's the thing is, again, like the last week we were talking about when I said to you guys, I said it's, you have a lot of white community coming forward and saying, okay, I finally get it. I'm listening to you. What can I do? It's like, okay, you're listening and you're walking with us and you understand, but what are you really going to do? And you have these companies. I don't know if you've seen it where we have people, we're asking for like Kohl's and your Targets and places like that to actually give people of color, those businesses, shelves and the opportunity in your stores.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Like Target.
Yeah.
But instead you get like companies like Wendy's and all those food companies that give $500 million to Donald Trump the other day.
Right.
This is for you.
Wendy's and all those.
This is for you. Focus. Said
What?
education is key, but what do you do or have you done when faced with a relative who is firm in their all lives matter and they should have just complied standpoint when they are so firm in the belief that there is just no talking to them without it becoming a vicious fight? I'm really at a loss on this one. I love them. They are family, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but damn, I'm close to having to just cut them off, and it kills me.
Because of he's arguing with a family member because that family member is deep into Black Lives Matter.
No, what do you do when he needs to, when he's going overboard? Like he's
With that family member is going overboard with the BLM or with his movement, with his beliefs.
But what's overboard?
Is he saying he want to kill people, or is he just like a fanatic, like going crazy? I'm saying, what's overboard?
No, but you make a good point.
Because if he's
if it's unreasonable and craziness.
Listen, who is that guy black who just sent you that?
No. But he's here.
Both of them.
He's in the building.
Oh, but okay, so they're not. Okay, that guy. Okay, okay. So it's two other people that's having okay. So it makes sense what you're saying.
Okay.
So let's get it in context.
Okay.
It's two white people really talking about if one white person like Black Lives Matter and he's going overboard, and one probably like, look, I understand, but you going overboard. I don't know how to answer that. Because I really don't. Because if he's going overboard, maybe he believing and seeing something way more different than you. It's just, it's to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't.
Perspectives.
Maybe he might feel something different. Everybody feels something different. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't tell one just because he don't want to hear it to knock him.
Right.
But at least hear him out. But if he getting on your nerves too much, man,
just say you on my nerves.
Block him in your phone or something.
Oh, he
man.
said no. They are all lives matter.
Oh, they're
okay.
I'm
stuck.
BLM.
Oh, okay.
But again, we've seen this all over.
Okay.
We've seen this all over. Nobody said that. We all understand all lives matter, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the comparison to the house. Have you heard this? The comparison to the house
Mm-hmm.
that's burning. You have all these houses in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
One is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You call 911. Hey, everybody, we got to go run and put out the fire on this house. And the one homeowner goes, wait a minute. What about my house?
Mm-hmm.
Is your house burning? But no, my house isn't burning, but my house matters.
That's
Right? Well, yes, no one's saying that your house doesn't matter. But right now, at this moment in
That
time,
house on fire.
this house is on fire,
Yeah.
and we need to save this house.
But see, that's the real definition of what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
What they using it for now, all lives matter, is a racist term they taking it for. That's what's going on. When you hear people and
they're
tearing
thinking
down,
the black people
Yeah,
singling
right.
themselves.
No. Listen.
Yeah.
What I'm saying. Listen. In a minute, Black Lives Matter. When somebody gonna say Black Lives Matter to you, it's not gonna feel the same way as Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when somebody say White Lives Matter, like, who are you that stupid to where you think one is saying
Well, they
one
did.
don't?
They did.
But they'll say that to other the same people.
Because they're not seeing the color. They're not seeing color.
But,
and people think that that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No,
but they think that that's okay. Oh, and you get that a lot. I don't see color. That's unfortunate that you don't see color.
They want to put the negative push behind Black Lives Matter the same way we put the negative push around white power.
Yeah.
They want it. It's not
it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
We hollering for respect and accept us and let's all be equal. They're hollering for one.
Yeah.
Right.
But that person I'm telling you, it comes down to pure just racism.
Right.
Because you can't teach that.
I get where they get
Yeah.
offended, because if I was a white person, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking, and I haven't went through any of it. I don't relate to it, right?
But how much of that can you just keep saying without you hearing so much?
That's what I was about to get
you
to.
living in a bubble.
They act like they've been blind.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's that. I don't see color,
that's
and
what
they
I
think
mean.
it's okay.
That's my point.
I'm a good person because I don't see color.
That's my point. Like they're blind.
That's a good point.
I don't know what you guys mean.
I've had a manager at work, right? I had a she just was coming at me all kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I was the only black male in our crew working. Everybody else was different colors and Asians and whites. So I'm like, and she pulled me out to the side and asked me about something, like why I'm coming back from lunch late. Like everybody do that. But I'm like, I wasn't even late today, but you tripping. So I pulled her to the side. I asked her something like, what's going on with me and you? You know?
Mm-hmm.
She said, oh no, I don't see color.
I just don't want you hitting the blunt.
Yeah, I don't see
me.
color. Yeah, she probably was at that. But when somebody say, I don't see color.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
So I, in my head, I'm like, you don't know how you put your clothes on today then.
Right.
So how
I
you
get
should be matching.
I get you. Yeah. Because they think that that's a friendly term. They think that if you say, I don't see color, that means that, you accept everybody.
Yeah.
When really, that's unfortunate that you don't see color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because in order to embrace everybody, you have to embrace the different colors and uniqueness of every color, every race, every religion, all of it.
Yeah.
That's what it. And it's interesting that you're bringing up a personal thing because I had a conversation with my sister. As y'all know, my parents are white. I was adopted. I'm the only minority in a white family in Eastern Washington. Yes. But my sister just had a realization that she is actually married to a racist man.
Oh.
And because when all of this started to happen, she would call me. She's like, I know I can't understand, but I need to help. Tell me, teach me. I want to know about this, and this. And I said, I've been, I live this every single day, and I worry about my kids every single day, and those who are important to me. And so I gave her a story, and she went back to her husband, and he's like, well, you're just gonna go on your sister's stories? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she lived it and she experienced it.
That don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that would have happened just to anybody. And she's like, what? Are you kidding me? So it's
crazy.
hard though when you
it's
have
crazy
somebody that
though
you
because
love
sometimes
and you discover.
I'm just so open to listen to the opinions. Now I think that it's not fair if you don't allow the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We won't get past this if you don't. Because see, one thing you got to remember is that if you sitting in a living room, you already now you have a chance. They giving you that chance to say, hey, let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they letting you in their house. So you're one of those people that you know how they got that, oh, well, Mike's a good Negro. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not like the other Negroes.
Right.
But then they find out through conversation that I'm really about my blackness.
Right.
Yeah.
So then
and I embrace my blackness.
Ain't that funny how that happened? You know what I'm saying, man?
And then all of a sudden they're like, huh?
Yeah.
And then they just listening though. You got their ear,
Well,
right? Shout out to Shorty, Shorty and Loyalty Show. Check that out, man. I think it's every Thursday
What show is
on
that?
Facebook. Shorty and I just had to say this. Shorty and Loyalty do these pranks on each other, like crazy pranks. I mean, throwing sugar on them while they sleep, ice.
Oh my goodness.
On the toilet, whatever. I mean, and then he makes people eat these hot things that he get off Amazon, and he pays them $100, $200 if they eat it. and I've seen people choke. And I be like telling them all the time, I said, man, you need to get them to sign some paperwork.
Right.
You
got to be careful.
You know, people can have weak hearts. And then Shorty locked up for 30 years. He didn't gang and everything and didn't do that time. But then he gives somebody a hot sucker, and now he doing 30 years.
Next thing you know.
I sent it to your email.
It's coming in the zip, and it's coming in as an EXE file.
It's not.
I swear.
You
in the beginning until the break of dawn.
EXE.
Yeah, download it. All you have to do is click on it. But you got it.
Nope, it's turning into a file. See?
It's supposed to turn into a file.
Oh, it's supposed to be an MP3, my brother.
Oh man. Anyway,
we'll get it.
We need to get that Black Stacks.
We'll get it. We're gonna play some Black Stacks when we get it.
We gotta play Black Stacks.
We're gonna play it.
So, man, look. You with your affiliation with a cop. I asked you to talk to him and see where he was
and
mentally and what he's doing right now.
So, we just had a conversation. What was it? A couple of days, like 2 days ago. He actually was on the front line. Right on the front line. The second behind. But anyway, he was on one of the front lines, and he was the only African American, only black police officer standing there, and they went at him. They aimed straight at him. Everything was directed towards him.
Yeah, see, that's something.
And here's the thing. I understand that you're angry at the uniform. Again, I'll probably get some backlash about this, but it's just food for thought. When we're talking about Black Lives Matter.
Hold up. What Terry Free says has nothing to do with the other host.
The words
they be tearing me up. I can't believe you let that lady sit up there and say that.
I got y'all back, man. I'm sitting here listening, man. I'm ready. Let's go.
Here's the thing. You have to, and I guess one young lady was going right at him, talking about, your kids look like me. What if I was your daughter? And da-da-da-da. And mind you, I have very strong-willed children and one of them, both my daughters are very strong-willed, and one of them went and did a protest, and there's a picture of her talking about Black Lives Matter, and her friend says, and police brutality. Those are conversations. Understand, you can still be police friendly, but want to end police brutality because you recognize that, okay? We recognize that. And he and I have had those conversations. I said the problem with law enforcement and even in SPD, federal way, any law enforcement agency is there's that blind eye or that rumored blue wall where you protect your brother in blue. Mm-hmm. That needs to stop.
Yeah.
That really, because that is a thing. And you will have an officer look the other way to some, because they don't want to get the backlash. Mm-hmm. They don't want to hear that, oh, you went to internal affairs and you da-da-da, and, they don't want to hear that backlash. Mm-hmm. But you know what now? I think what's happening is that we're finally realizing that it has to happen. Mm-hmm. Because if it doesn't, you're still enabling those officers who are abusing their badge and who are taking advantage of that and acting out their racism and hiding behind a badge. Mm-hmm. So it does have to start in-house. You have to blow that up. You really do, in order to, because they say, you can have 1,000 good cops and 10 bad cops, but if the 1,000 good cops don't say anything about the 10 bad cops, then you have 1,010 bad cops. Mm. You're guilty by association. Mm-hmm. So, I think, I think DOJ need to come in and just clean out everybody. At every they need to take control of all of law enforcement as a whole.
True that.
And break it on down, bring the guidelines in there, because then the DOJ, you don't have to answer to anybody but the DOJ. Mm-hmm. And you have to, they're the ones who set the standards and the rules, the regulations, because we're all governed by law.
Yeah.
I think, well, I like your speech for the police. I like.
Oh,
that.
you don't believe that you can?
I mean, I understand some of that, but I just feel like, with this whole protest and all this, with the police and all this, we talking, everybody talking.
Mm-hmm. It's
We've
action.
been talking. I'm gonna get happy when we've been just climbing up a hill and you get something, like a dog be hungry and you give him something to eat. He gonna eat. Oh, he ain't gonna be satisfied for a minute. And just 30 more years go by.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But what
If
action?
we gonna get to the point and we get over, then that's when I'm gonna be like, okay, something got done. That's fine. And then with the situation with the police, one cop bad, 10 make all of them bad. This how you do this, right? You know how many black people in jail for that same thing, for that guilt by association? Because I know a whole bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, guilt by association. But we shouldn't be saying that about no police officers. That's why I was saying crime is crime, but when they do, that's something different when they do it.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't have, because 2 of those cops that was on top of George Floyd, that was their first day and the 4th day. It was like training day with Denzel Washington. They learned, they stuck in with Denzel, and he had them doing that. Now they in prison for murder on they 3 days, 4 days at work. So it's the police.
One did speak up.
Yeah, but everybody who want to speak up, and you have a cop.
Now, did you hear the new news?
All right, hold on. Let me get this
go
out.
ahead.
You get the
Go
cop right. I see commercials. I'm not against no police. I just feel like the reason why that brother was getting harassed down there. First of all, you got the right. I don't know how the police work, but every job is a job. I don't want to be on no damn front line. No, I'm a cop. I'll be there. But why you got to be on front line at a rally where they rallying for black protest? Don't that make you feel funny? Now, if he couldn't change his shift, that's different. If they made him do it, that's different. But I'm pretty sure he expected to know that he was about to get the fire thrown at him because the fact of that. And it's just like it seemed like they putting you out there.
He's a veteran, though. They want the ones with the most experience.
Understandable. But I'm saying he that means he was able to handle it, and he knows.
And he did. Now,
I said this the other day. I'm pretty sure a lot of them cops is leaving with PTSD from a lot of this stuff, just like the people.
Yeah.
You got PTSD cops. You got PTSD people. You get a bunch of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
but that's solid.
like that.
Yeah.
That's solid.
And then, like you said about the people that's the anarchists that's mixed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, them are the ones breaking out windows and stuff. They starting extra stuff.
I wanted
And
to shout.
perpetrating.
I wanted to shout out.
Perpetrating BLM.
I wanted to shout a
Your
dedicated
allies.
listener out, man. That's always listening to us from
Who
day
that?
one.
Who that?
Mother Sanders. Also, get involved. She got women out there. If you do, what is it called again? What do they call that? Avon. Go to youravon.com / Linda LINDA.
It's all kinds of stuff.
Lee 812. Go check out her product, man. Mother Sanders. If you can't remember that, just go to IG, put in mother underscore Sanders SANDERS.
Hey.
And she's a friend, family. So I want to shout her out.
Do Avon, if the people who sell Avon, or is
they
it
get
Mary
a car.
Kay, do they get the
That's
pink?
Mary Kay.
That's
They
Mary
get the
Kay.
pink
That's Mary
Cadillac
Kay.
Escalade?
I ain't
That's
seen no
Mary
brothers
Kay.
with it yet.
I seen a couple of them riding on the freeway though.
If you could set up, Hustleman, if you what would you like to see change? What would you like for you to see and start trusting? Baby steps, I know, but in the beginning, what are some of the key components for you?
Okay, it started with this, right? When the government came out and said all these presidents running for president, nobody wanted to talk about reparations. The ones who did want to talk about reparations, they was like, yeah, we don't have enough money to give black people of descendants of slaves reparations. Oh, there's some virus come around, then y'all print up $2 trillion. So you gave money to everybody. So don't you think if you would have excluded 60% of the people who you gave the money to, that black people could have got their reparations? And it could have. It's been supposed to happen. We behind. I might not be behind, but I'm behind in a certain bracket. But it's not education. It's not all. It's just some of this stuff got to do with where people live at, and people can't get out of their situations. It's because of money. You see what I'm saying? So money. You can't tell me that you could have printed out all that money and gave it out, but you gonna give it, and they finna print out another $4 trillion.
Right.
Now, see if it's to save everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
Right.
It ain't just gonna be for, boom, boom, because that's really the reason why I hope y'all listening to me, that you got these little knuckleheads running around here with their pants sagging and they ain't listening to y'all because you took away everything and they stuck. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. You should have give up the money, let people get wealthy, let people open up businesses, and we could go from there. Other than that, I'm not into politics. I'm not into know what it takes to get a business.
Right,
But I know one thing: they ain't give business loans is getting stopped.
Right,
and all
but that's
kind
what
of stuff.
I'm wondering for
Yeah.
you, just as a black man who and I understand
Money.
the reparation part. Are you talking like those steps to where not allowing, and I hate that word because, in all fairness, it's providing an opportunity is really what it is.
Because we built it.
We need to provide an opportunity to where minority businesses and business loans are given,
True that.
or the ability to
Yeah.
apply to grow.
And not make a special circumstance
Right.
just to give it to some black
Right.
people. It shouldn't be like that.
Right.
It should be just.
I know I hate those crutches.
Yeah. Well, we got to
You
fill out this certain
qualify,
paper right here.
yeah.
You qualified
It's
because
almost
Right.
like we gonna give
Yeah.
a little something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
What's
something
your
like that.
income?
Nah,
You
we
got to
don't-
below.
we don't want
but
that.
You want the blanket of here's an opportunity, and we will go to and make sure, especially in these areas that are lacking.
Yeah, we need money.
That we give them, we are more able to give them those opportunities and open the doors
Yeah.
and say here and if that does come about, then what again, you see it. I've shared tons of them, tons of black companies that are local in Seattle and in Tacoma that we as a community also have to support.
A lot of that money that I don't care if it's a black company or a pink company. Once you get up to a certain amount in a company, that money ain't trickling down to the poor person. I don't care what color the company is. For example, BET, the guy who owned BET, he sold it to the white people. Now BET ain't worth nothing really no more. So we should keep stuff. If you're gonna sell it to somebody,
No.
what's his name is fighting CNN.
Listen,
they went to court right
bought
now.
it. Hold on. They bought it, but the deal was that they stay in control over the content.
Yeah.
So they might bought it, but they
But
had a clause. The
everything
clause
went down.
was everything stays the way it was.
Everything
That was
changed,
the
though.
clause. Well, I mean,
It's just watered
times
down
have changed.
almost.
Things that was working then, like talk radio, had a slump at one point, where talk radio was the thing, right? People were making millions of dollars
Yeah.
for doing talk radio. Then it slumped, and then it's coming back.
Right.
You know these shows you see, like the Envies and all those guys?
Yeah. Breakfast Club.
Those are some of the biggest things out there right now.
Yeah, that's big.
Because people want to talk now. People
Yeah.
want to actually talk. And remember Reladio? Listen to that. I came up with a word.
A Reladio.
Reladio. You remember when talk radio was so involved with the community, though? Like,
I was part
you
of
guys
that.
built
I
a
was
whole
part of that.
show
And
around.
satellite.
Look,
Yeah.
but they built They built a whole show around characters that didn't come in the studio. They were
In the
faithful.
Oh, the
Yeah.
outside the community
Yeah.
character.
That
And
was
they were
incredible.
all community.
Yeah.
That was
All
incredible.
community.
They were part of that, and that's what people want. They just want to be able to say, "Man,
I'm
I
part of
listen
this.
to these guys real time. I can actually get in on the conversation in real time."
Well, I hope they listen.
People's getting tired of the fakeness, and you
Yeah,
shoving
true that.
things down their throat.
True that.
Right? Because there was times where celebrities say, "This works." Whether it be, "This is for your abs. Look at me." Dude, you play baseball. Y'all
You're right.
y'all
You
work out
outside.
like
yeah, it ain't
Right.
just for me.
That'll
Nah.
work. Look at Mike Tyson. He bounced back in 15 days. He had a
Yeah.
ab.
A ab.
Hey,
Like-
you know what we didn't get to talk about though? Because
What?
time getting short for real.
What?
Donald Trump having a picture up with the Bible in his
He
hand.
is a hot mess.
Yeah.
And and you've heard that people are really speaking out about
He had
that.
the Bible in his hand. He was holding it weird.
But you understand how he got across the street, right?
Oh yeah,
he
he knocked
used
everybody.
he
Yeah, that
used
was-
tear
yeah,
gas,
tear gas.
And the guard, the National Guard, and his military to do that for a photo op. Who does that?
He do.
Hitler.
He does. He did.
Hitler does
He
it.
say, "I did that."
So anyway, you got any music?
What we gonna play, man? What you want to hear, man? I'm gonna play
We
something.
gonna go out with something.
We
We
gonna
gotta
go
go out
out-
with something good.
Yeah, we gonna go out with something.
Something.
I didn't
So-
get what you wanted.
Here's the thing, man. Every Friday from 6 to 7, East Way Radio, man. E-Dawg, Tari Free, DJ Hustleman, and Sweeng One, Sing One's on the ground right now.
He put foot soldier.
He's on the ground right now, been a foot soldier. I don't know how we got him on. Is he still on the phone?
Yeah. He been
like,
hung
he
up.
started
He
talking to
been
people in the
gone.
background, though. Sweeng
I know.
one, whether he's here or whether he's there, he's still
I
talking to
bet you
somebody.
eating something.
In the back. What you think he eating?
He eating something.
He
One of
might
his
got
hot
that.
dogs.
He might got his hot dog. He might
his
got his
hot
hot
dog
dog
card.
card out there.
Yeah, he do.
Right? Dogs for Dougie.
He got it.
Anyway, I mean, we like talking about it, man. You know, anytime you guys feel like you want to get in on a conversation and feel good to you next week or whatever, not now because we ain't got too much time, 425-373-5527.
Should
Call
do that
in.
at the beginning.
We should have done that, but I knew that our conversation, I was scared of Hustleman today, but I kind of
Hey, I'm good.
you know, I've been
man.
messing with him all weekend.
Yeah, he
Have
have.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, back and
Have
forth.
you?
Yeah.
We've
Has
been, I
he?
was
Yeah.
banging on
I
him.
was just cracking up because when
Yeah.
everybody was like acting fools,
trying to let y'all
he
know
was,
where to
I was
go.
looking, he was Mr. Play-by-Play. Uh-oh,
I'm trying to
they're
let
going to
y'all
the,
know.
they're going
Hey.
to the Tequila's next.
You
South
can't
Center
mess with
next.
Terry.
I
Terry
was
did the
dying.
judge on us.
Hey,
Did you see what
what
she
she did?
Bow, bow. Wait a minute now.
I will be heard.
Listen,
you get heard all the time.
it's just like I tell my boy Will called me, man. William Dorsey, the one that came in here when
Yeah,
we
shout
were
out
talking
Will.
about basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And he because I seen him post and he said, no, man. And he was talking about me. He said, they all agree with him all the time. He don't let them down. No, he ain't about to do that.
Yeah.
Let me call. Pick up the phone. And I'm like, so when I got home, I called him because I couldn't let it go. I'm
Yeah.
one of them. I got a little man's complex.
Yeah.
So I get home and I said, dude, what's your problem? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, hustle, man. I said, that's part of the show. They don't all agree with me. That's why we were getting loud.
Oh, he was mad because
I said, look,
Because we were.
yeah.
we was going in on E or going against what he was saying.
because I kept cutting you off when you started talking about Luke and stuff, right?
Oh, my dog, Will Dorsey.
Yeah, Will
what's
Dorsey was on. He said,
Call
man,
in,
you
dog.
got to let him talk. And I said, it's not that. I said, you don't know Hustle Man. Hustle Man.
He trying to rein me in.
Hustle Man says it hard. He don't
I'm
forget the
learning.
political way. He just
No
would say,
filter.
let's go break windows.
I'm
You
learning.
can't say that on the radio. You
I'm
can't
learning.
tell the people
I'm learning.
to go. Man, I heard it on 1150 KKNW.
Yeah.
They said go break the windows.
Right.
Hey,
So I
Right.
broke
Yeah.
their windows.
Right. There is still a responsibility.
Yeah, I got you.
You know?
I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
You know.
Dude want to jump off the roof. Here go husband. Let him
Push,
jump
let
in.
him jump. Really, let him jump. It's his life.
Let
Man,
me tell you, we got in trouble for that.
Put
back
the
in
bag
day.
at the bottom, but let him jump, bro. Catch him.
man, I just was like, so I explained to him what I meant. I said, he's 100% right. I said, dog, he's 100% right, but Will, what you then he agreed with me like, oh, okay, yeah, because you know, and I'm like, dude, anytime you want to call in and get yours off, call in and get
call
yours
in,
off.
man.
I'll sick Terry on you.
Yeah.
I ain't
There
tripping.
you go. We'll just walk out, get us some tea.
And if you seen her lift weights, she gonna beat you up. So what problem you want?
Wow.
Which problem you
You
want?
don't want it, huh? You don't want
We
it.
can meet in the studio and talk about it, or we can send it to the lobby.
Hey, man, hey, I'm glad they listening, though.
No, they listening. He was frustrated. He was on my thing going, they don't, he ain't, they don't,
He
see,
probably can't type fast
and I'm
enough.
like, he said, they always think he right. And I go, that's a lie,
Yeah,
right? So I'm like, dang, you make it sound like I'm just like the man. Like, no, sometimes I don't be part of the argument. I
Yeah.
be laughing. Like,
Gotta listen to it.
yeah, I'm
you know?
not,
Yeah,
I'm not
bounce
like
stuff off.
that.
Right. I mean, because
I don't know everything. I just know what I know.
There you
right,
go.
right.
We
And
learn
you
every day.
have an opinion and you have feelings as to what you see because all of us come from such various, situations and walks of lives, and we experience different things throughout the day, throughout the week
Yep.
in our lives. So it's
Yeah.
not. And again, that's the beauty of seeing color, and that's the beauty of seeing everybody different
Yeah.
and respecting that. And that's something that I've never understood. How do you say I don't see color? What?
See,
That's-
You just
yeah.
white and gray? What?
Yeah, yeah.
There- I mean,
You get
that's
those
it?
Eyes for check.
Yeah, and so you're missing out
Yeah.
on so much when you don't see color.
We do. See
You should have
color.
seen when I discovered bagels
Black
and
is
cream
beautiful.
cheese. I thought it was the best
Oh,
thing
God.
ever.
Hey, I eat that too, man.
But look, it was something really introduced,
yeah.
right? In middle school.
Stop.
No, I'm not lying. Jerry Jackson from Tacoma shouts out, and rest in peace, Jerry. And Jesse Williams from High Performance. And Dookie, that's what they call them on the streets now.
Dookie.
They would leave before lunch, and they would go over to this store called Pinch's. and they would get these hot bagels. I always seen them in their hands, and they'd be like, man, what is that? It's still kind of good. So I went over and got me one. They cut it in half. It was hot. Bruh,
You get the fish put
bagels
on
and
it?
cream cheese, the lox.
Oh, the lox?
Look,
What
we
is
got
it?
to bring you
Salmon,
up
the
to
salmon,
speed.
you get the
Yeah,
salmon
that's
and
Bagels
onions
and
on it and
lox?
stuff like
Look
that.
at-
I watched the food channel, man.
I wish people could just see what he was doing.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
watched the food
People
channel, bro.
be like, oh, he sounds so tough, but look at
Yeah.
him talking about
You,
the
got you put the sprinkles on it.
Look at him. Oh my God.
Nah.
The Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
But then,
We there.
hey man, I was like, dang, how they hide this from
Yeah, it's good.
us? Like, I don't, man, it's crazy. But anyway, man, Easeway Radio every Friday from 6 to 7, and we'll see y'all next week, man.
We out.
Trying to throw that at me, but it should have happened in. Wasn't in the wind, I was at the crib trapping in. Now the jets all got Wi-Fi, flying over Iceland. I get back to the States, I'm raising prices. Dinner with a Pisces and she eating pineapples. A lot of fake in the building, but mine natural. That was her quote. And we left so fast, forgot her fur coat. Experience is worth more. Lift is only 5 miles out, his name is Roberto. About to pray on this as far as church goes. I am not a search of commitment at the time. I'm just having fun with women I do not consider mine. Your truth tell me just as much about you as your lies. Doing what we do, I hope you never be surprised. Invisible lines we were never meant to cross. But if we friends forever, you can never take a loss. You ain't never met a friend like Lee's, mind at ease. I let you breathe, take all the time you need, mama.
Oh, baby, I'm ready to cross the line with you, with you. Cross the line, I'm ready to cross the line, ready to cross the line with you, with you.
Asking him his status like it matters. You just wanted him to feed your self-esteem. You the baddest. You just wanted credit for helping the team get established.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of KKNW, its management, or other advertisers. Contests are the responsibility of the host of this program and not